Most of the time, a cat's meows are harmless, because they are usually just trying to tell us that they are hungry or want our attention. However, depending on the intensity of your cat's meowing, how long it lasts, and if you notice any other abnormalities, there may be cause for concern. Watch this video to find out what problems, pains, or illnesses may be behind your cat's meowing. Your cat is bored. One of the most common and important reasons cats meow is simply boredom. It's easy for cats to meow for hours on end when they don't know what to do with themselves. This meowing tends to sound very agonizing. Although meowing doesn't mean danger in this case, it does mean that your cat is unhappy, and you should do something about this. First of all, you should ask yourself why your cat is bored. Do they feel lonely because they don't have a playmate by their side? Or are they unmotivated because you don't provide them with physical and mental exercise at home? Make sure your cat has a variety of activities and that you take good care of them so they don't get bored at home. A second playmate can often work wonders, as your cat will be able to play and romp with a companion in your absence without getting bored. Your cat wants to mate. As a general rule, all cats should be neutered to avoid unwanted offspring. But neutering is not only important because of the reproduction problem, but also because, otherwise, your female cat will suffer permanent heat. But also male cats try to attract a female with their singing, so they'll increase their meowing during the mating season. Even if a cat has been neutered, extremely loud calls to the opposite sex can still occur from time to time, especially at night, as instinctive behavior is not always completely extinguished by neutering. However, it will become much weaker, so you should definitely neuter your cat. The permanent need to reproduce, which cannot be fulfilled, isn't only extremely stressful for your velvet paw, but can also lead to undesirable behaviors such as marking in the home. Therefore, neutering is worth considering for both indoor and outdoor cats. Your cat is in pain. Cats are usually robust. They rarely show their pain, but often deal with it on their own. Only when it becomes unbearable for them do cats show that something is wrong with them and that they're in pain. If your cat suddenly starts meowing a lot and very loudly, even though they had never done it before, you should raise the alarm, because your cat is probably in a lot of pain and is trying to alert you by meowing. It could be that they swallowed something or suffered an injury that you haven't noticed yet. If so, get to the vet as soon as possible to avoid something worse. Your cat is sick. If your kitty suffers from an illness, it can also be the cause of incessant and very loud meowing. In particular, hyperthyroidism, high blood pressure, kidney disease, or a disease of the central nervous system, can make your cat meow a lot. More rarely, but unfortunately not ruled out, it could be cancer. If your cat also shows other signs such as restlessness, strong tension, or a change in appetite, it's a sign that something is wrong with their organism. The same is true, for example, if your cat doesn't stop going to the litter box but you can't find anything inside it. In this case, a blockage or kidney stones could be behind the agonizing meowing. If your cat has hyperthyroidism, you will notice massive weight loss, along with constant meowing. Regardless of your cat's symptoms, a visit to the vet is a must. Your cat has an allergy. Allergies can also be a common reason why your cat meows incessantly. In this case, however, you may not recognize your cat's meowing because they sound extremely hoarse. Your cat may be allergic to pollen, dust mites, mold, or certain food ingredients. Try to get to the bottom of the cause of your cat's hoarseness and constant meowing and eliminate what is causing the allergy, or at least keep your cat away from it. In the case of mold, it's important that you eliminate it as soon as possible, otherwise it can lead to long-term respiratory illness in your kitty. Warning: the previously mentioned hyperthyroidism sometimes also causes hoarseness. Thus, if your cat has hoarseness and persistent meowing, it's important to have them thoroughly examined by your vet. Unfamiliar surroundings. You just moved in and your cat won't stop meowing. This is perfectly normal at first, as your cat needs to get used to their new environment. Your cat is confused because at first, they don't quite know what to think of their new home. However, after some time of familiarization, things should settle down. If your cat won't stop meowing in the new home even after several weeks, you should try giving them familiar things from their old environment, such as their favorite toy or a stuffed animal, so that they gradually get used to the new place. If this doesn't help, you can also give your cat a scent stick. This emits artificial pheromones that have a calming effect on them. In addition, you should simply be there for your cat and introduce yourself as a cuddle buddy. Your cat has dementia. If your cat keeps screaming in the room without even noticing you, they may be suffering from dementia. Cats with dementia are often disoriented, which causes them great stress. So they meow to express their despair. In addition, the activeness of cats with dementia decreases rapidly, so they often sit motionless, with no real interest in playing or romping. Typical of dementia in cats is, above all, nocturnal meowing. If you notice any significant changes in your cat's behavior, such as them hardly reacting to your voice, don't hesitate to consult a vet. Your cat is deaf. Have you adopted a cat you don't know much about and they seem to completely ignore you when you talk to them? All you hear is a loud, recurring meow. Then it's quite possible that this cat is deaf. But deafness is also a reason for older cats to meow more often, because they want to get their owner's attention. Since they can't hear themselves, their meowing sound more like screaming because they don't realize how loud they really are. But don't worry, even if your cat is deaf, you can give them a happy and functional feline life. Give them lots of attention and affection, play with them regularly and give them the cuddles they need. It's also important for deaf cats to have set rituals, as this will help them get used to everyday life with you, even if they can't hear. Your cat fights. Loud screaming is often heard, especially in outdoor cats. Many times it's a territorial fight with another cat in the neighborhood, and it often sounds like the cats are singing rather than meowing. It is about defending territory or conquering new territory. Unfortunately, it's not uncommon for these fights to end in serious and bloody injuries. If you witness a fight that can't be stopped, check your cat for injuries afterwards. Your cat is angry. It doesn't just happen to us humans, our pets can also get very angry. Is food not what your cat had in mind? Or you just don't have time to play with your cat? Then your cat's anger may flare up because you're not paying attention to them or not responding to their needs at mealtime. Angry meows sound especially grumpy, and you'll quickly be able to tell them apart from normal meows. However, you must remain consistent. If your kitty meows in protest because they can't come into the bedroom with you, for example, the only way to stop them is to be firm and ignore them, otherwise, they'll do it again every chance they get. As you already know, our kitties meow especially often and loudly in case of some diseases. If you want to know the 6 signs that indicate that your cat may suffer from kidney failure, click on the image on the left to see our corresponding video.